Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters are most welcome guests, and especially Emmanuel. He never failed. Emmanuel certainly didn't fail. I'm going to talk about some things that he did really well, 2 or 3 suggestions for improvement, and what he really must continue to do as he becomes a great speaker. I'm going to try and divide this evaluation into sections. At first I'm going to look at some aspects of the delivery, particularly the gestures, movement, voice. Then I'm going to look at a bit at how he structured the speech, and finally the kind of language that he used. Let's start off with his gestures. Each time I see Emmanuel speak, he looks more comfortable in front of an audience. I noticed him not moving a lot yet, I don't move much either, but he was starting to move his arms. And do you remember the great moment where he talked about the bamboo tree? Wonderful. So great to see you coming along in that way. What about the voice? Emmanuel asked me particularly to comment on this. For me also it's getting stronger. He's pacing it better. There's more pauses. I think as you go through the next couple of speeches, try and make the voice go up and down even more. Pause. Get the audience listening, particularly at the key moments. Where should we go next? Let's have a look at the structure. This is a real strength of Emmanuel. Do you remember he had 1, 2, 3, 4, and he was referring to them first, I think secondly, certainly he kept referring to 1, 2, 3, 4. So I knew where he was going. I hope you did. One little thought there would be to try and summarize a little bit more at the end. I'd like to have a quick repetition of what were the 4 points towards the end. A great strength was the way that Emmanuel brought in his personal experience. I've no idea how to get to the top of a Google listing. I'm going to ask Emmanuel afterwards. So he's given me a personal experience to show what his theme of his speech was. I particularly loved the question. Do you remember about the bamboo? Was it 5 years or was it a few weeks? I can't quite remember what it was. But it wasn't just a rhetorical question, get us thinking, but he actually was wanting an answer. Great move. I would have even more of those questions, both rhetorical, indirect, and direct. Now, what about the language? Did you hear any wasted language? Did you hear any jargon that you couldn't follow? I heard none. I thought it was beautifully put together. It was simple. It was clear to me. I hope it was to you. That shows a well-prepared speech, well-selected language. And finally, do you remember the way he treated us to the beginning? Emmanuel is a man of quotes. I loved the double treat at the beginning. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Come back and treat us again.